Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This video is going to be a short preview and a look at how we're going to be doing things in the supplemental videos that will be provided as part of the course. Just to repeat that these videos are not going to be viewed during class time. They're supposed to be viewed outside of class time so that the student can get a better grip of what's going on inside class. And as I mentioned before in my previous course description, that grammatical discussion is not going to be a core part of the class during the scheduled class time. But whoever wants to know the grammar, he should be watching these videos outside class. So I want to give our potential students a preview of how the videos will be produced. So inshallah, this one is a sample of how we're going to look at Unit 1. And I'll be doing a walkthrough of the conversations in the book and illustrating grammatical principles and how things are said and the meaning of the words that we see in the conversations. And it'll be like a narrative of what we see during the conversations and what's going on with the words that are being said. And in this example, for Unit 1, there are 6 conversations. We see one slide had conversations 1 and 2, the next slide had conversations 3 and 4, and the third one had conversations 5 and 6. And then we move on to Lesson 2, which would cover the vocabulary for the unit. So we will see the words for brother, sister, engineer, doctor, etc. And what I will do is that since we have the audio available for the book online, I would have the student pause watching the video and run through the audio exercises from the book so that they do the audio exercises in preparation for what's going to happen in the live class. Lesson 3 would be a lesson on grammatical construction and with examples. In this case, we will see how to exchange question and answer with a partner, how to introduce yourself, where you're from, who is this, what is this, etc. And lesson 4 would be the sound of the letters. So in Unit 1, we'll explore the differences between the letter kha and the letter kaf, and what are the attributes that separate them. And then I would have the student listen to the audio examples of different words. And I would also be giving the meaning of how the meaning changes when the letter kha and the letter kaf is in the word. For example, in this slide that we see here, khadra means he fell and kadra means it occurred. And we see how the meaning changes if we mispronounce the letters. And then also in lesson 4, we'll be able to have drills and exercises on understanding what we've heard based on the audio files that are in the book. Lesson 5 is the actual speaking, and we don't cover that outside of class. That's the main focus of the class itself. So we would be having that for the class itself. And the last lesson in Unit 1 would be on reading and writing. So for page 19-20, we would have exercises for looking and to listen and to read along with the audio so that the student knows how to read. And there are some students that have a difficulty reading with fluency, and this would help them. As for writing, that is something that we all need more practice on. So there are exercises in the book how to trace and write letters properly. And I have some notes about those too. And this will be a good preview of how we run things outside class. As for the way we do things inside class, everything is going to be focusing on conversing, reading the conversations out loud, and working on the conversation drills together. And very little discussion on what's going on in the PowerPoint. So I want to make sure that I have as little repetition as possible between what's inside the class and what's actually in the PowerPoint presentation. So inshallah, this will give a better idea of what we're trying to accomplish in this class. وأقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.